loads in. Oh. As we load in to Oxide LE, and joining us in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, the Purple Protoss, hailing from Australia and presently playing for Mindfreaks SE2. It is, of course, Pezz.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Blue Zerg hailing from the land of Hong Kong, the best player from Hong Kong, one of the points of the Bermuda Triangle, the Zerg-Muda Triangle. It is GogojOey.
Southeast Asia's got Zergs, man.
Oh yeah.
They got a hella Zergs.
We went full ZVZ yesterday in GPO. Semifinals, top 4. Ender, Miyamika, Demi, GogojOey.
Man, what a top 4.
So it was the full Zerg-Muda Triangle and the Demi Shark himself. So yeah. A little bit refreshing today. We haven't had any ZVZ so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, none that we've cast at least. So we'll see if GogojOey gets to the finals and gives us that, or if we see Pezz with the upset. Well, kind of an upset.
Yeah, I would definitely say an upset. Pezz, of course, I would go as far as to say his best matchup is probably PvZ. But, you know, like many others, he did take January off as it was kind of the off season. So we haven't seen too much of Pezz recently, but I do know he has been laddering quite heavily. And, you know, he's got a decent shot here.
Yeah, for sure. I do believe he has the ability to. It's just be very difficult to overcome, improvise, adapt, overcome.
Exactly. I believe a famous StarCraft player once said that.
Yes, Bear Grylls.
Exactly. But I'm curious, just like with Ranger, I'm curious to see how Pezz is playing, because for the longest time, Pezz, he was that kind of player who he didn't just go Glaive Adepts, he'd go Glaive Adepts into Disruptor. Like, that was like his bread and butter.
It's the real fancy stuff, you know? So it should be interesting to see the Stargate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is he gonna commit? Is he gonna Void Ray it up? Is he gonna what's he gonna do? Oracle?
Oh, I don't know. He's unhinged. He's crazy. He could be doing anything.
Oh. Yeah. He's not going Void Ray first. That's crazy.
He's going Oracle. That is unhinged. He woke up this morning and he was like, time to go crazy, go stupid.
He's lost his goddamn mind right now. As he's going with that Oracle, we'll see if it does get scouted. So far, Pezz is doing a really good job at pushing away the Overlord to make sure he doesn't scout the Oracle, or even hugging the edge of the map, trying to avoid it.
Yeah, he's sneaking around, making sure he doesn't get spotted.
And so far, there are some safety spores that are being thrown down in the main and in the natural. Nothing here at the third, though. But there are 2 queens.
Yeah, I mean, pretty standard safety timing, but definitely not prepared for it to hit around now. Only just starting in the third, but he knows he's got 2 queens over there. Doesn't want to mess with that.
Yeah, and I love this because, again, this does feel a little bit old school. He's committing, and he went for a second Oracle.
Yeah, double Oracle, you don't see that much anyways. Yeah, yeah.
It fell out of favor. You know, it was a lot more popular back in the day. I say back in the day, like maybe mid last year, stats would go even triple Oracle. But yeah, it's really cool to see it back once again. And with this, you can just one-shot workers.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. There's 3 already. Oh, there's another one. But Sport's here. And he's out of there.
He does back out. And now I'm really curious, because we have a Forge and we have a Twilight Council. The standard thing to do, the normal thing to do, is to go +1 into charge. But every now and then we see a couple of people go +1 Blink Stalker. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, we'll see what it is. Oh, it's Blink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's spicy. That's a spicy move right there. Is the Blink.
Yeah, again, like it's not something that we see too much. Like there's a couple of players who have been messing around with this, and this is going to do so well, especially because GogojOey is going for the Spire.
Yeah, he's going Spire, and you know what can shoot up light? Stalkers.
Sentries.
I mean, yeah.
You know what happened? You know, Pezz, he saw the last game and he's like, yo, I don't want to insta-die the Spire, okay? Let's make some goddamn Stalkers.
He has so many sentries. He has 6 sentries. Like, damn. That's a lot of sentries.
It is. And this could catch GogojOey off guard. So this can do very well against like Ling Bane Roach compositions. You know, with the amount of sentries you have, you know, with the force fields, and your Stalkers can do well. As we saw with Starduck's game versus Miyamika. Like his Stalkers were trading really well against the Roach Ravager.
Yeah, like he just had a lot of Stalkers. He was trading really well. He had the sentries as well to back him up. And so he has this as many sentries as he has Stalkers.
Oh my. And he's like, so I thought he was gonna go and try and hit like some kind of timing with Blink and +1, but he's working on a robotics bay.
Could be going Disruptor then, yeah. That would be an interesting follow-up.
Definitely. Meanwhile, mutas are on the way. They are currently in production. As I quickly check Pezz's vision, he has been sending out a couple of hallucinations, but he has not seen the Spire quite yet.
Yeah, he doesn't know. A bit of a blind counter, honestly. As they start moving across the map, you should see it from his third. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. He even spots it with the Stalker. As the mutas are coming in, Pezz, oh, he doesn't have a lot of supply to warp in Stalkers actually.
Yeah, and he has to walk from the third to his main. It's gonna take him a second here, but the Blink up the wall, able to catch up a reinforcing muta too. Blink on, actually catching up quite a few, and he actually split up his army here. Very smart. He's gonna be able to trap them in here.
Wow, nicely done there. A lot of the mutas do go down.
Well played from Pezz. He didn't lose 9 probes, but still very nicely played.
Definitely. And now there are Lings and Ravagers, which is normally pretty good against Blink Stalkers, but again, with all these force fields, it's going to be really difficult for those Lings to get up close and personal with the Stalkers. Disruptors are nice. I'm a little bit concerned though. I honestly, I would kind of like maybe a Colossus or 2 first, because again, like that helps so much against these Lings.
Yeah, with this many Lings, the Colossi can actually do like a lot, but instead, GogojOey gonna go home. He doesn't want any of this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really blame him, right? Like, he invested into mutas and they didn't really do anything, so he's kind of, you know, feeling a little bit more tentative, like, oh god, like I gotta back off and I gotta rethink things.
Yeah.
But there we go. Like, ask and you shall receive. Extended thermal lances on the way, so Pezz eventually he does want to get out a couple of Colossus.
Yeah, I mean he's seen the Link count now, and it's like, should throw at least a Colossus in there at least.
But the problem is, at the moment there are no Colossus in GogojOey. It looks like he's getting ready to push in. He's maxed out.
Yeah, he's maxed out on Ling Ravager here basically. Oh, but here come the Stalkers.
Ooh.
2 Disruptors too. Oh, those Banelings. Oh, he's blinking forward. Sending it.
Yeah. Really bold, especially because he doesn't know how close Baneling's speed was to finishing.
Yeah, he doesn't know if they're just gonna start rolling, which they just did.
Yeah. Oh boy. Speaking of rolling.
Good stasis. Good status. Stasis.
Status?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He does have to be careful. Okay, finally they do get out of stasis, but they shouldn't deal too much damage.
Yep, shield bat here. Only loses 3. Very good. Considering how many Banelings there. Ooh, but a big surround coming in here. Disruptors onto the Ravagers, and the Roaches is gonna take quite a few Colossuses here. Should be able to clean up the Lings, and there's so many Stalkers here.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna be able to clean all of this.
the force fields were beautiful. The disruptor shot on the majority of the Banelings as well. Pezz defended beautifully.
That was an amazing fight from Pezz, taking that very smart and very nicely.
Oh boy, and now is his chance to counterattack. He's going pretty deep into creep. He has to be careful not to get surrounded. GogojOey, he's buying a little bit of time to morph in those Banelings.
Yeah, and in terms of supply, it's very even, which you don't want to with how many links he's using. Good, decent stasis there to catch up the links on one side. The Colossus, however, on the wrong side, gonna get taken out immediately. The second Colossus gonna be working on that top side very nicely. And yeah, this is all getting cleaned up.
Yo, the stasis wards were amazing. The defensive stasis wards behind the main army, they deny the surround that GogojOey was trying to go for, and GG gets called.
Pezz takes game 1. Absolutely phenomenal play here from Pezz. Taking those engagements beautifully.
Oof. Beautiful. GG. GG. Pezz already up 1-0 in this best of 3. Looking to face Mio in the finals.
He wants it. He wants the upset. He wants the pizza money.
Also, goddamn it. Just wanna address the chat a little bit. Revenant, of course, Revenant. He is an old school ex-Warcraft, I think Brood War even, player from Singapore, asking who the caster is. This is not Alyx and Light VIP. Alyx is a different caster. She's German.
Do I sound German to you, Mio?
Alyx used to be a caster back in the day. Recently, she came back to StarCraft. She hosts her own event. I think it's like the Queen Alyx Cup or something. That's a
something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not German. Just because I have a deep voice for a woman doesn't mean I'm German.
God damn it. This is Alyx. Both start with an A, but not quite. Again.
Both start with an A, both women. One is European, the other is Southeast Asian.
Yes. One is
and also,
white.
I haven't been in the community long.
True.
Yeah, one is white, the other is not. I may sound white. I definitely don't look white. I can turn on my webcam. I have one of those now.
Oh, God. But yes, this is Alyx. She has been casting for us for quite some time, but again, very sporadically. Yeah,
I'm not a main caster. I come on for certain events. Yeah, StarCraft isn't my full-time thing, so.
Yes. We can of course get into it later, but of course, Alyx does stream on her own personal channel. You know, some FPSs from time to time, some Minecraft as well, a little bit of StarCraft, but again, of course,
not in a while.
Yeah.
Still taking a break from that. Still taking a break from playing.
Which again is understandable. Like more and more, like we do, of course, hear stories about people with their wrists and health issues, and make sure they take care of themselves.
My wrist issues have been coming back.
Mate. No.
They're showing back up. They're back with a vengeance.
No. Speaking of,
back with a vengeance. We load in here to Juggernautha LE, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, the purple Protoss player. Hailing from Australia and playing for Mindfreak SC2, it is, of course, Pezz.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Juggernautha LE, we have the Blue Zerg player from Hong Kong. He usually is the Kong of this tournament, but now struggling here in the semifinals, already down 0-1. It is GogojOey.
Oh, the hatch block going through here.
Yeah, and GogojOey, he's a lot more sane compared to me and Micah. Doesn't go for any of these 7-head moves.
Yeah, he's only got a 4-head. You know, none of that.
Maybe a 5.
Yeah, a solid 5 on that head.
Oh god. But he does get forced to take his natural somewhere else. And again, I just love the way Pezz played out that game. It feels a little bit akin to what Starduck was trying to do, except obviously Starduck was a lot more all-in. But like a lot of the same units were used, right? You know, Blink Stalkers, Colossus, Disruptor.
Yeah, with the Robo Bay units and the Stalkers. He played it out a little bit slower for sure. trying to take advantages and then capitalizing them rather than just forcing it. Yeah.
Yeah. I also think that part of that is also indicative of the player that they are playing against. GogojOey, even though he can be pretty aggressive, is a lot more akin to go for a longer, more slower game. Whereas
Yeah.
I don't know if Pezz can play out that very same game against someone like Miyamika.
Oh yeah, Miyamika goes for 5 minutes. GogojOey goes for 8 minutes.
Exactly.
Aggressive but slower.
That 2 minutes, mate, that's 2 heads right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It sure is.
So we'll see how things pan out here. Ooh, so Pezz did force the unnatural natural. He's going for the Twilight Council.
Yeah. Could see the Twilight Robo come out. See those Glaive Adepts coming through.
Oh boy. Which, at the same time, you could argue is a little bit too obvious. We've seen a lot of Glaive Adapts over the past year. Maybe too much.
Yeah. As a Zerg player who's lost to a lot of Glaive Adepts, lost a lot of drones to Glaive Adepts.
I have a question for you. To be fair, you haven't played in the most recent meta, but like, what would you rather go up against, Glaive Adepts or 2-base Massive Void Ray? Double Stargate Massive Void Ray, I should say.
I'd rather quit.
You're like, there's a reason why I'm not playing StarCraft right now.
I don't like Protoss. I don't like playing Protoss against Protoss.
That's fair. Fun fact, my win rate in ZVP currently is 25%.
That sounds about right, because, Protoss.
Oh god, it's one of those things where, if Protoss just did like maybe like 2 or 3 different things, like that's fine, but like there's just so much versatility and variety in what they can do, and it's like I just can't keep up. I can't do it.
It's the Archons for me, man. Stupid unit. It's just so strong. Like, I mean, it is a tier 3 unit, to be fair. They're expensive, to be fair, and the tier 3 units, to be fair. But I'm still gonna call them imbalanced. Because I'm a Zerg player.
Exactly. And speaking of, here we go. Pezz is going across the map with that War Prism with his Adepts. He is doing a 4-gate Glaive Adept, so again, not ultra committed. And I was talking about this in game number 1, or at the beginning, where this used to be his bread and butter, where he would go Glaive Adepts into Disruptors.
Yeah, also, I don't think the Zergling saw that. So, not too prepared. He only has Lings. He has very few Roaches right now.
Yeah, exactly. Roaches are starting to pop out, but they are not ready, and the Adepts are already starting to chew away at even the static defense.
Yeah, but actually able to get that spine up. That's what it's called. So should be able to defend here. And as he was coming, he is dipping out. Few Adepts to the main, gonna do a bit of damage, but obviously these ones actually survive. I thought he was just gonna sack him, but no. He gets him out too.
Yeah.
Very well executed from Pezz.
Exactly. He keeping the majority of his Adepts alive. He's only lost 2 Adepts so far, and he has managed to kill 8 drones. Meanwhile, he's starting to clear up a little bit of creep here with the Observer, and behind this, interesting, he's not going straight into Disruptor, but he is starting Immortal production.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that the Glaive Adepts are forcing out a bunch of Roaches, so he's going with Immortals as a response. Oh, the creature die. Nice. Very good pick.
Yeah. That's okay. I was wondering if, oh my god, was that the only queen? We still have 3 queens. It's still okay. It's not as bad as it could be for GogojOey, but the problem is that there is no queens here. There's no anti-air, so there's nothing stopping the War Prism from just poking in and just continuing to drop Adepts.
Yeah, especially with the Spore positioning, like, he can just avoid it.
Yeah.
And he just keeps picking them up.
And meanwhile, Pezz does back off. He's not overcommitting. He, again, keeping the majority of his Adepts alive, still only losing those initial 2 Adepts, and looking to reinforce with the rest of his army.
Yeah, he's looking good to go in for a second push hit. 4 sentries, a couple of Immortals, and a handful of Glaive Adepts. He's got another round of gates starting up, as his third is about to go up in about now.
Yeah.
I said about now.
You
have 700 minerals.
Look, he's saving them up for when he's not supply blocked. He's just sending it. Here we go. We got the massive warp in with the adepts with the warp prism. He's not even thinking about a third base right now.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't need the goddamn third base. He's just going for it. He has so many adepts here, and he's gonna try shading in to the main.
Oh my god. Oh, he doesn't commit to the shade. Instead, he force fields out the majority of the army.
Oh, and it's split to like a really good concave, but those force fields gonna make that a lot harder to play with. Those two immortals untouched completely. Another big warp in to reinforce those immortals are still alive. Oh, good dodge in the bios too.
Oh my god.
Okay, he does pick up one immortal.
Yeah.
Those immortals are still alive.
They are just barely still alive, but the bios do land. The warp prism gets focused down by the queen, and in the end, GogojOey is looking to defend.
Yeah, very good defense. It was looking really dicey there when those immortals were untouched for so long, but the sheer number, he just had really big defender's advantage there, honestly. And was able to pull out the Roaches.
You know what, Pezz, maybe he should have taken that third, maybe.
You have 400 minerals. He spent them.
He did.
He made a Robo-Bay.
Yeah, he made the decision.
Sir, it's 8 minutes. Hello?
It's too late. It's too late, mate. The Roach Ravager, it's coming across the map. We got just adepts to defend and a single immortal. And honestly, Pezz's attack was looking really good. Things started to shift though when, I don't know if you noticed, he unsieged his Warp Prism and he cancelled the Warp in. It was like 8 adepts that were warping in and they were all cancelled.
He could have committed to the Warp in, honestly, with the bios coming in. And I think he would have been okay. But he because he cancelled it to save the Warp Prism, he still only managed to get out 1 round.
Yeah.
So saving the Warp Prism in the end didn't help, honestly. If he had gotten them out earlier, it would have worked out better for him.
Yeah.
CC's gonna go down.
So those things where he saved the Warp Prism, but he lost the army, you know? Like,
Exactly.
He just didn't have enough army to reinforce, and that was it. And now GogojOey is looking to try and break Pezz here on 2 bases. Pezz, he does have a disruptor on the way. He's trying desperately to try and hold on, but the sentries get sniped. There's no force fields.
Yeah, there's no force fields. He's not got a lot going for him here. He's gonna have to hope the immortals can carry, but there's nothing to buffer for them. Not even a Warp Prism.
Yeah, nothing whatsoever. Meanwhile, oh my god, he's actually got double robot production going on right now.
The goop!
Wow. The contamination.
Massive brain goop, and he only gets 2 with the disruptor shot. GG is called.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Game 2 goes to GogojOey. We've got an ace match on our hands here, late.
That we do, and really, this is the way it should be between these 2 players, going all the way to that ace match. GogojOey showing off like his Glaive Adept defense. Like, honestly, the Adepts were doing pretty good damage for Pezz, but again, that big attack with those Immortals, I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe he should have committed to that warp in. Maybe he should have transitioned into Disruptors a little bit sooner as well. I don't know, but
I think a lot of that fight with the big push hinged on him getting that round of adepts in earlier. Because again, he saved the Warp Prism, but he lost it later. When he had less units for the adepts to help. If he had let that warp go through and lost the Warp Prism, at least he would have that round of units earlier when he had more units to fight.
Yeah, definitely. And whether that would have won him the fight, or again, regardless, he would have been able to trade better, trade easier. Things would have turned out very differently there.
Odds would have been higher in his favor.
Definitely.
And in a fight like that, it's very much a percentage thing of like, you know, who's gonna win, and getting those numbers in your favor can help. Not guarantee it, but it can help.
Definitely. Oh boy. But hopefully Pezz is able to shake off that loss as we are getting into the ace match. This could really go either way.
Yeah. It definitely could. And a great map for that too, Light. Speaking of Light, we loaded in here to Lightshade LE, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map, the purple Protoss, hailing from Australia. And playing for Mindfreak SC2, it is, of course, Pezz.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Blue Zerg player hailing from the lands of Hong Kong, currently teamless, which makes no goddamn sense. Someone pick this man up. He's well deserving of it. He is currently the Kong of the region, looking to make it to that finals once again. But can he do it? It is GogojOey.
Should be an interesting map for this to go down on. Good hatch block there from Pezz, making his life easier.
Yeah. Once again, and now we'll see if this means he wants to go for those Glaive Adepts again, or if he wants to go into those Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, perhaps. Could also go for the Void Race, but I don't think that's in his style or his playbook really.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I would say, like, even though personally, like, I'm not too fond of it because we see so much of it, it is always really nice
strong.
to just throw that in there in a best of series.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is that there's a reason it's played so much, and it's because it's really strong. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason it's popular. So it seems counterproductive to not run it. This probe is just being annoying here with the mineral count. He's pushing those workers off it.
Yeah, goddamn probes. But yeah, Pezz, he's not just doing that, but he's also keeping an eye on the main base, making sure there's nothing too crazy going on early on, like extra gases or a fast Evo chamber or anything like that.
Yeah, just making sure no shenanigans, stealing 5 minerals and going home.
That he does. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we do see he is being that little bit greedy, delaying his wall. Not finishing it with a gateway and instead going straight for his tech.
Yep, here comes the Stargate. We'll see what he does here. Could be double Oracle, could be Oracle Phoenix, could be Void Ray Oracle, could be Void Ray, Void Ray, Void Ray, Void Ray, Void Ray, Void Ray. Void Ray. It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything. Could be anything, right?
Could be anything. I mean, come on.
Oh boy, as it will be finishing up, we did see earlier in this series he did go for double Oracle, which was really cool to see. But is that something you want to do twice in a series, hoping to get anywhere near as much damage as he did earlier on? We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's unorthodox nowadays, so you don't really expect it. So that's why, it kind of caught him off guard. But you don't want to do something unorthodox, the same unorthodox thing more than once, because they already know.
Yeah, exactly. As we see, the Overlord is slowly getting into that main base. This time, there was no Stalker to help push it away, to help keep the tech hidden. So, GogojOey will be able to scout that Stargate.
Yep, and it won't be a double Oracle again. So, completely ignoring what I just said, he has done it again for the second time this series. Yeah. Should be, we'll see.
A lot of confidence in your voice right now. There's
You know me, I'm confident in my StarCraft knowledge. Yes, that's me.
There you go. As we see right now, oh my god, just no damage whatsoever at the moment. Oh my god, is the Oracle gonna go down?
Oh, he's good.
Okay. Thankfully, the Queen wasn't in position, wasn't there to chip away at the Oracle.
Just gonna use his energy on utility and scouting. Instead of the beam.
Yeah, and what's important is that a key factor in what happened in game number 1 is that, if you recall, GogojOey tried to be cheeky and go into Spire, and go into Mutas, and essentially all of those resources were kind of sent down the drain, right? Like, nothing was accomplished with that. But now in the Ace match, I doubt GogojOey is going to make that mistake, and he's going to be able to utilize those resources a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah, I mean, in a game theory, you don't want to just throw in something spicy like a Spire in a ZVP against... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this time going for the +1 charge.
Ooh, interesting, interesting. I like this. Pezz switching things up, going for those charge lots, which again can do really well against Roach Ravager, which
Yeah,
seems to
exactly.
be what GogojOey is going for.
Yeah, he's got the Roach Warren when he came in with the Oracle, so
Hmm.
he is fully aware. He is very aware. And as such is making that particular decision based on the facts.
Yeah, yeah, and I was keeping an eye on things, but yes, as soon as the lair finished up, no additional tech was thrown down, there was no Spire, there was no Hydrogen, he is still committing to, oh my, no, he's doing it again, and now okay.
Alright. Okay then.
Huh.
Round 2, here we go again.
Yeah, to be fair, like this, like I would never have done this, but like this is actually gonna work out for GogojOey because this time there's no Blink Stalkers.
Exactly. Mamma
yeah.
mia, here we go again, except this time. Not getting blind counted.
Exactly, exactly. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
It's game 1 again, but not.
Yeah. GogojOey woke up today and he chose unpredictability. He chose Spire.
Exactly, exactly. As GogojOey is looking to go across the map, he is being chipped away at by these oracles, which is a little bit unfortunate. But again, this means these oracles are here at home defending. They aren't out on the map scouting. As this was happening, Pezz did send a sentry, and he actually did scout the Spire.
Yeah, he knows. The question is, will he get anything up in time? He's already working on that storm. And has a couple of high templars on the way, but the units are already here. Ooh, don't get sharded.
Oh yeah, the 4th base does get cancelled. There are plenty of High Templar with Storm, so that can be a really nice deterrent against the mutas. So can Archons, but they aren't quite morphed in yet.
And that is a lot of mutas on the way, and mutas make a lot faster than Storm does, so he's gonna have to be ready to defend without Storm for a little bit longer.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit scary, especially his main army. Right now, he's kind of going toe-to-toe with the Roach Ling. And Pezz, he is throwing down a couple of cannons in his mineral lines. Ooh, a couple of shield batteries as well. He does not want the mutas to get anywhere near as much damage as last time.
He knows his Storm is not gonna be up in time, so he's
Oh my god,
he's
oh my
being
god,
safe for
oh
that.
my god, the High Templar!
Oh! He's not clicking on the High Templar.
Oh, he gets one, he gets 2.
Oh, but the storms come up. The storms just come up, and he gets a morph off too. He defends this. That storm finished the moment those last 2 High Templar were gonna die. He gets 1 storm off on top of the mutas, and he morphs to an Archon, and saves them both.
Oh boy, oh boy. that was really close there by Pezz. He did lose 4 High Templar in the end. Like the mutas did deal damage, and now they are going to the main base. Oh, he's trying to transition into Phoenixes.
Oh, that is not a good pylon to lose there.
Oh god, not at all. And also one of the Phoenixes does go down, and because of the lack of the production, only 2 Stalkers are warped in, and the mutas are actually dealing damage.
That's a lot of probes going down right now, and he's over here. He doesn't have anything. He's giving up on it, honestly, at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually taps out.
Wow, GG, well played. GogojOey, he dove in, he depowered the gateways. He also ended up depowering the Stargate. He killed both Phoenixes as 2 Phoenixes were made to help defend. And Pezz just couldn't deal with it.
That was a lot of mutas, to be fair. But man, I was not expecting him to just leave.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he was... If you looked at towards the end there, he was actually down 50 supply. He was... yeah.
Though again, it's the ace match in a semifinal. You would expect to try and at least hold on with the Archon.
True.
The storms.
True.
But he just dipped out.
Yeah, he was having a hard time holding on there, losing a lot of his workers, but he maybe could have been able to hold on, as you said, with his Archons. It isn't ideal because Archons are quite slow. Same with High Templars. It would have been difficult to try and catch the mutas. In the end, he thinks better of it. He's like, I'm not gonna even try.
Yeah, he's just like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't.
Yeah.
I I don't want that. He has none of it.
Exactly, none of it whatsoever. And GogojOey, he does move on once again to the finals to face Mio Micah.